Hey black people, can y'all explain to me why y'all only make up 13% of the population but commit 60% of the crime? Now if you're pissed off in my comment section, stop typing. That was bait. Mark Twain once said there are lies, damn lies, and statistics. Not because statistics themselves are lies, but most people either don't know how to interpret statistics or deliberately misrepresent them. And if you understand why the 1360 crime statistic is actually wrong and misleading, I sure hope you haven't been throwing around this 62 million men talking point that's gone viral recently. Because it's a lie. 62 million men did not visit the academy. And if you're gonna get mad at me and act like I'm defending the actions, I don't ever want to hear you complaining about misinformation, because you clearly don't have a problem with it as long as it reinforces your pre-existing biases. First and foremost, the Academy did not get 62 million visits. The website the Academy was linked to got 62 million visits. Now the website was called motherless.com, and of the 62 million visits, 40% were women. So those of you who have been capitalizing off this controversy by typing not all men, keep in mind 40% of that 62 million were not men. Furthermore, does Danny Devine here actually look like she's doing this to stand up for the victims, or is she just promoting her own modeling career? You tell me. Because from where I'm sitting, a lot of you are clearly just using this viral article as an opportunity to promote yourselves, not actually do anything to fix the problem. Now, as for the Academy itself, it's not really a website, but a Telegram group. And of this Telegram group, there's barely over 1,000 members. Let me say it again. The real number of men involved with the Academy is barely over 1,000. The gap between a couple thousand at most and 62 million is so vast, you can't just defend it by saying, well, even if it's one, it's still too much. 62 million is nearly the entire population of the United Kingdom. 1,000 isn't even the population of most small towns. Let me explain this another way. My state of Louisiana has the highest incarceration rate in the world, and we only have 50,000 people in prison right now. Y'all are throwing around a false number that is over 100 times higher than the largest incarcerated population in the world. And most of those people in prison in Louisiana are there for victimless crimes, not sex offenders. And the real reason a lot of you are getting mad at the fact that people like me are standing up and correcting such a blatant example of fear-mongering and misinformation is because if the real numbers were presented at the headline of the article, most of you wouldn't even be talking about it right now. So y'all can stop repeating the talking point. If it's 10, it's too many. If it was only 10, you wouldn't even be talking about it right now. This article was completely dishonest in its representation to the point that it was certainly not designed to raise awareness, but to spread fear and division. This article is only going viral because it reinforces prejudice against men. Modern feminists have convinced an entire generation of women that there's this culture of men who defend predators, and that is a lie. Even other violent criminals do not put up with predators. It doesn't take a genius to Google how even other violent criminals treat predators in prison. Nobody tolerates that. The bottom line, 62 million is over 62,000 times bigger than the actual number of men involved. And people who see just how grossly and blatantly exaggerated that number is are not defending the actions themselves. The bottom line, despite the elements of truth within this article, it was written with the intent to be propaganda and fear-mongering. Because if the article led with the truth and said 1,000 men in a Telegram Academy, none of you would be talking about it.